Hi, everyone. My name is Kerry Morgan, your holistic lifestyle consultant, and I am with Michelle, and we are going to make you feel good today on Feel Good Friday. So, Michelle, what was the one thing that you thought was good to talk about today?
So I'll introduce myself. I'm Michelle Sapp. I'm an interior designer. I have been in the design field for over 20 years. I am a member of American Society of Interior Designers, ASID. So when Kerry and I were talking about Mother's Day coming up, we thought, what better time to talk about maybe carving out a little space for yourself as a mom, because typically as moms, we're putting the needs of our kids ahead of our own. And when I've talked to clients, more often than not, their kids' rooms get decorated before their own bedroom. That's usually the last thing to get decorated in a home, is a master bedroom. People will do the public spaces, they'll do the kids' rooms, and then sometimes they'll neglect their own space. And women in particular neglect their own space, whether it's that is their head space or their literal space. And I think it's nice sometimes to think about carving out a space just for ourselves to maybe get a little reprieve from the busyness of life at home, managing a household, managing our careers, and tending to the needs of everyone else. So I thought maybe we could talk a little bit about how we achieve that kind of serene space within our homes. So
Yes.
did you want to add anything? Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to add
Because there really is a relationship. Yeah. Go ahead, Kerry.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say there's a relationship between how our space is designed and how we feel. So a well-designed space will make us feel, calm, especially if it's organized. It will help us to feel grounded and settled. And when you are creating this little sanctuary for yourself, you want to take into consideration some basic design principles that will actually help you achieve this sense of balance. So I would say one of my favorite things to do is combine accuracy and symmetry. So accuracy plus symmetry equals beauty. When things are the right proportion and the right symmetry, our eyes perceive beauty. And when things, like I said, are organized and everything is in its place, then we feel a sense of control over our environment, which helps us to feel grounded. And I'm just going to say that, we've all heard the term man cave, and the alternative to that, which a lot of us are familiar with, is the she shed. So I would like to just start my own campaign to dispense with the term she shed forever, because who wants to be in a shed? Okay, I'm just going to say, like, the shed is where we keep the lawnmower or the gardening tools. How about we call it a sanctuary, a she sanctuary, or a lady lair? That's a little more glamorous, because there's really nothing glamorous or sexy about a shed, last time I checked. Anyway, but yeah, we can go on and talk about some basic little design tips to help you create that space. It could be, maybe a little corner of your bedroom, or maybe, a room, a sunroom, just a space in your home that might be just for you to escape to. And I would say always I start with the backdrop, and the backdrop is color on our walls. Our wall is that sort of blank canvas where we start. So ask yourself, what's your favorite color? Once you've established that, your background color, you can begin to layer. Color is so important because color is, there's a psychology of color, actually. It can influence our mood, our outlook. Pablo Picasso said that color is like features, and it follows the changes of our emotions. So we know color can uplift us, color can calm us, it can excite us, it can make us feel anxious. So go with a color that makes you feel the way you'd like to feel in that space. So if you're looking to have a little reprieve from, again, the busyness of the world around you, then maybe you go with like a really pretty watery blue, or a soft gray. Gray has been extremely popular of late, and I can maybe show you how to build off of your backdrop in a minute. I wanted to just toss it back to Kerry, though, and just see if you wanted to add anything before I do a little demo of layering.
Yeah, so color is
think, Kerry?
very interesting in the fact that color can, definitely change your mood, but also make you feel calmer in your space. And like Michelle said, it's definitely a good option for you to really understand what makes you happy first. So we get a lot of distractions in this world, and we are always thinking we like something because someone else likes it, instead of just being true to what you feel and being true to how you want to be in your life. Right. And I think a lot of things have opened up for us right now that we are able to kind of take a couple steps back and pivot our mindset around what we really, really want and what we really, really desire and how we want to feel moving forward in 2020. So definitely color plays a big part with your energies and your chakras. So I feel like once you set that color and that tone, then your vibration and everything will start to shift and open up when you start from a certain area.
Yes. And I always tell my clients that I take my cues from them. So when I'm designing a space for a client, it's ultimately their space. It's not my space. So it should be a reflection of your personal taste and style. And again, what inspires you, what motivates you. So it might be artwork. I'm a fan of art, and so I love to make sure that my walls, showcase pieces that I've collected over the years. So artwork, mirrors, special mementos from travel, family photos that are framed beautifully and arranged in such a way that, again, it's not cluttered, but makes it special for you. Tabletop accessories, books, and again, it's a layering process, but I can just sort of give you a little bit of a demo here on how I layer fabrics. So again, if I'm starting with the backdrop, my color, my wall color, and this one is called North Star. I just happened to pick this sample up at Lowe's. I'm a big fan of Sherwin-Williams, Benjamin Moore as well, paints. But if we're starting with North Star, then maybe we want to, for a larger piece, go with a woven like this, some sort of like textural woven, has a little bit of this sort of watery blue gray in it, and then some neutral tones as well. So if I'm going to start with a larger piece, I like for that piece to be more of a solid or a texture, and then build off of that. I love to add another element of texture. So this is a deeper blue velvet, and it's always great to throw in a print. So in this case, I just have a little swatch of it. So you can see how this is building, right? So there's
Yes.
our pattern, right? And then for another bit of textural interest, love to add a little bit of leather, right? Or throw in another neutral with a little texture to it. So again, we can use 4, 5 different fabrics in a room, as long as the saturation of color is similar, and we're mixing scale of pattern, so that the scale doesn't become so repetitive, so that there's some pattern play, if that makes sense, in the layering process. So lots of fun. My favorite part of designing a room is actually pulling the fabrics together.
Yeah, so the fabrics, that is a good idea. So when you're making something that's for yourself, would you just do a chair and some little space you can just hang out in your bedroom? Would you make it more like a little settee or something like that? Because I feel like people are like, they look at their space and they don't even see any options for them. So how could they make
Mhm.
something that they feel like they can get away from the rest of their home? And
Yes.
should it be more like just a little sanctuary, like maybe you have a plant there, but maybe it's just somewhere in the corner? Would that be in your bedroom? I mean, like where would you place that kind of stuff?
Yeah, that's a great question. So absolutely, a place to sit and read. Maybe it's a little chaise lounge. Maybe it is a chair and an ottoman. You could even use like a little poof, if you don't have a larger ottoman, and a chair where you feel comfortable. I love to put a little accent table next to the chair, maybe a little martini table, something like that. So you have a little spot to place a coffee mug or a wine glass, a place to set down a book if you're reading, a picture, a little family photo, or a picture of your pet or something like that. A lamp, because again, if we're going to be using the space to read or just get away from it all, you want some sort of task lighting next to you. So that's really important. If you have a wall space there, make sure you've got something on the wall again that inspires you. So a favorite print or a lovely mirror, something like that. Plants are great because they bring the outdoors in. They're organic, they represent life. And flowers are amazing as well. Fresh flowers are my favorite. So if you have a favorite a fresh flower, like tulips right now are awesome. Or I love peonies in the early summer. And
Yeah.
if you don't have access to that right now, even just a really pretty little silk arrangement. But again, just to inspire you, keep you motivated, and make that space feel like it's your own.
Yes, so true. So I'll go into like the energy of the space. And
Yes.
as Michelle described, when you're setting up a space, it's great and it's your space in there. But when you go to that space, you should have a certain feeling, right? So the ambiance, the outside appearance of the space is great. But when you are walking up to that space, you know that you should leave everything behind. All of your riffraff that's going on in your head, all of the doubt, all of the lack, all of the fear should be not coming into the space with you, right? So it's like almost you're transforming, almost like you're an actor and you're transforming yourself. So when you go and you sit and you're hanging out in your space, you instantly feel like the person you wanted to always be. Your gift starts to shine, you're happier, you're glowing, you're in flow. So an energy of a space is you, the person coming into the space, and what you're creating in that space. So is that, if that's your haven, then you definitely want to make sure that even if you have to tell everyone in your family, hey, this is my time, I'm going in my space and I need these 20 minutes and I do
Yeah.
not want to be bothered, right? But that is a part of self-care. Self-care and self-care definitely is you demanding, or you setting up for yourself a time and a space for you to let go, for you to start to reboot your energy, pivot your mindset, and really let you relax around this moment. So we're doing this video, right, because Mother's Day is coming up, and usually we would be out with our families, we'd be going to restaurants, we would be creating this ambiance and also this experience. And we may not be able to do that right now. Some states are opening and some are not. So by you just going forward and creating a little bit of space for yourself is something that you're going to have to do, right? Before, someone else was creating this experience, but now maybe we have to go and create our own experience. So that's going to come with a little bit of courage, right? And confidence in saying that I need this time. I know it's Mother's Day, but I want this time to actually just be alone for 15 minutes, because days can just go by really fast. Days are starting to blend together. Times are starting to blend together. So it is up to you to create the energy around the experience you want in your home, and also creating a space. So don't feel like it's selfish to go and create a space. Like Michelle said, maybe go to Lowe's, get some paint, and make an accent wall behind that little chair, that place that you're going. So it's just your space, and bring in some elements that are going to make you feel good. But also your overall energy and your mindset is going to play a huge part on how you're going to feel in that space. So being more centered, maybe listening to a softer, gentle hertz. I like to say, because hertz are the level of energy, but it's a vibration that brings you calm. So there's 532 hertz and 432 hertz. They're both magnificent. One helps heal your DNA. The other one is a love vibrational energy, and that just brings more love around you. So you'll start to let go of some of those doubts of yourself and how you feel in your space, and you'll start to be a little bit calmer and more serene in that space. So the key is to know when you're walking into your space how to let go, right? And it could be as easy as saying a word that's going to shift your mindset and shift your energy into that space. You can also do some breath work, some meditation. Maybe you want to start learning meditation. I think that would be a great way to calm all of the energy that's getting pulled as a mother, because like mothers usually don't, I think Michelle had said this, we forget to take time for ourselves. And it's always like, Mom, where's this? Mom, or someone's always asking us a question. So for us to be able to say, okay, I'm not going to answer any of your questions. You have to figure it out on your own, right? Sometimes just doing those simple little things are going to help people be able to stand in their truth, stand in their courage, and just give them a little bit more confidence and courage moving forward in 2020. And it's going to make you feel a little better when you are able to set time frames for your energy and for yourself to heal at this time, and maybe do a meditation or do something that's going to make you feel good. Even if it is, like I said, just maybe you need to close your eyes for 15 minutes and just daydream. That could be a great way for you to heal and feel good in your space. So bringing awareness around also the energy that you're bringing into your space is going to be very, very important.
Absolutely. Yes. I think it's important to remember we need to put the oxygen mask on ourselves so that we can take care of others, right?
Yes. And they do tell you that. And if we ever get back on
That's
the
right.
airplane, that is what they tell you. They
I've
say,
always tried to remember that.
yeah, right. I mean, and we love and we forget that we love helping people as women in general. It makes
Right.
us feel good. It makes us feel good to be wanted. It makes us feel good to help. And there are a lot of things that you can do, but if you do the self-care for yourself, your energy is so high, you can help so much more. So I think that that's a great reminder, is to realize that you taking care of yourself first actually helps other people, and it doesn't drain you as much because you already did the work for yourself. So that's going to rise you up to this energy level that's going to help lift other people up to that energy, right? And great way, like I said, to feel better every day, just not on Friday. But I hope that this really, really helps you going forward in 2020.
I agree. So I just wanted to wish everybody a happy Mother's Day, all the moms out there.
Yes.
Enjoy. Give
Enjoy.
yourself permission. Give yourself permission to take some time for yourself. And hopefully it will be in an environment that uplifts you and empowers you.
Yes, that is so true. And I think that that's what we need more of, maybe just really setting a different tone for mothers going forward in 2020 and building a little bit more self-care and self-respect and, just feeling good in your skin and what you put on and how you show up for the energy that you deserve, right? And for the love that you deserve. And it could be a little bit different going forward if you choose for it to be different. If you choose for it to be the same, then it will obviously be the same. But you have to believe, and these little steps that we're giving you are going to help you just feel a little bit better with the decisions you're making, because you may have always said yes to everything that everybody asked of you, and sometimes it's okay to say no. It's okay to say no for yourself and for your family so that you can actually have better energy in your life. So happy Mother's Day to everyone. If you need anything from us, or if you just have a quick question, just post it below. You can find me at Kerry Morgan anywhere. If you look, I'm there, or 21st Century Blueprint. And 21st Century Blueprint is just helping humans worldwide to understand how to live better in the 21st century. No one's given us any teaching on how to live in this generation. We're mostly have an old download that we're living off of. So now's the time to really break through that ceiling, right?
And you can find me at Michelle's Fab Designs on Instagram. And if you have any questions about design or building a space that's all yours, please feel free to do that as well. Submit your questions. I'll be happy to answer them for you.
Yes, awesome. Thanks everyone for being here. So we hope that you feel good every day, just not on Friday. But this episode is just for women, and we are here to make sure that your Mother's Day is a little bit more special for you, right? So hopefully some of those tips help. Like I said, if you have any questions with anything that we talked about right now, if you weren't clear with any of the things that we talked about, I'll put the question below, and make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you can actually be notified on anything that comes up going forward with our little program we have for you. Namaste. Thank you all for coming.
Bye. Thank you.